How far can a pawn move on its first move? Have you ever wondered how far a pawn can go when it first steps onto the chessboard? Let's break it down in a simple way. In chess, each player begins with 8 pawns lined up on the second row from their side. Understanding how these pawns move is essential for any beginner. Pawns have a straightforward movement pattern. They can only move forward, which means they cannot go backward or sideways. Typically, a pawn advances 1 square straight ahead. However, there is a special rule for their first move. On that initial turn, a pawn has the option to move either 1 square or 2 squares forward. This option is available only if both squares in front of the pawn are empty. This ability to move 2 squares on the first move is a strategic advantage. It allows pawns to quickly take control of the board right from the start. This is especially important in the opening phase of the game, where controlling the center can lead to better positioning later on. By moving 2 squares, a pawn can also block an opponent's pawn from advancing. Now there is something important to keep in mind. If a pawn moves 2 squares forward and lands next to an opponent's pawn, that opponent has a special capturing move called en passant. This means the opponent can capture the pawn as if it had only moved 1 square. However, this capture must happen on the very next move, or the chance is lost. So, to sum it up, on its first move, a pawn can move either 1 square or 2 squares forward, provided both squares are vacant. This unique rule gives players a chance to make bold moves right at the beginning of the game. Understanding this can help you develop better strategies and make more effective plays as you start your chess journey.